The mysterious mark on your palm. Do you see the crescent moon or the letter M? Have you ever looked closely at your palm and noticed something unusual? Maybe a faint crescent-shaped curve or an intricate M pattern woven into the lines. At first glance, these might seem like random marks, just the natural creases of your skin. But what if these markings were much more than that? What if they were a secret code, a cosmic signature that tells a story about who you are and the path you're meant to walk? Across cultures and centuries, people have believed that the hands hold clues to our destiny, personality, and unique gifts. The crescent moon shape on your palm symbolizes intuition, mystery, and a deep connection to the unseen world. It's like a whisper from the universe, inviting you to explore your inner world, trust your failings, and embrace your spiritual sensitivity. Then there's the M, a striking pattern many traditions associate with leadership, mastery, and fate. The M isn't just a letter, it's a symbol that has appeared on the hands of visionaries, healers, and people destined to make a difference. It suggests a map of life's challenges and triumphs, a sign that you carry a powerful mission. If you have either of these marks, you are part of a rare group of individuals. You may have felt a pull all your life, an inexplicable restlessness, or a sense that your life has a special purpose. This is not a coincidence, it's a call. But what does it mean to carry this cosmic signature? It means you're being invited to awaken to your full potential, listen closely to your intuition, and take responsibility for your impact on the world. These marks don't guarantee an easy journey. They mark you as someone who will face challenges, growth, and transformation. Think of these signs as a spiritual blueprint etched right into your skin, reminders that your life is connected to something bigger than yourself. They challenge you to step out of the ordinary and into an extraordinary life. In the coming moments, we'll dive deeper into what these marks mean, how you can unlock their power, and what steps you can take today to start living the life you were meant to lead. So take a moment, look at your hands again, not with doubt, but with curiosity. Are you among the chosen, the ones whose palms carry a message from the universe, listening to the whisper of intuition? Your inner compass guiding your life. Imagine a moment in your life when logic fails you, when the facts are confusing, and every choice seems equally risky or uncertain. In those moments, there's often a quiet voice inside, a subtle feeling you can't quite put into words but know you must listen to. This is your intuition, that inner compass that guides you even when the world outside feels chaotic. It's not just a vague hunch or wishful thinking, it's a deeply rooted sense that has evolved to protect you, steer you toward what's right, and help you navigate your life's complex map. The truth is, your intuition is one of the most valuable tools you have. It's the voice that cuts through noise and doubt. When you tune in, it tells you when to move forward, hold back, and sometimes take a leap of faith. But learning to trust it isn't always easy, especially in a culture that celebrates data, logic, and evidence above all else. We are conditioned to prioritize reason and external validation, often ignoring that soft inner voice because it doesn't come with graphs or charts. But what if that inner voice is smarter than any analysis? What if, beneath all the noise and clutter of daily life, your intuition is piecing together patterns you can't yet see consciously? It's like a seasoned guide who has walked the path before you, sensing dangers and opportunities ahead. And when you start listening, you understand that your gut feelings aren't coincidences, they're signals. Connecting with your intuition requires slowing down and creating space to listen. In today's world, distraction is the default. We're constantly bombarded with notifications, opinions, and expectations. It takes deliberate effort to turn down the volume of the outside world and turn inward. This isn't about escaping reality. It's about grounding yourself so deeply in your truth that external chaos can no longer shake you. When you do this, you'll start noticing those subtle nudges, the slight unease when something isn't right, the inexplicable pull toward a new opportunity, or the quiet certainty that a decision will be right even if you can't explain why. These moments are your intuition speaking directly to you. There's a powerful difference between hearing your intuition and trusting it enough to act. Trusting it means accepting uncertainty, embracing the unknown. It means stepping forward without guarantees, driven by something more profound than evidence or fear. That trust builds resilience and confidence, qualities that the most outstanding leaders and innovators share. You don't have to be a mystic or have supernatural insight to harness your intuition. It's available to everyone, but like any skill, it takes practice. Start by observing how your body reacts in different situations. Notice the tension, the relief, the excitement. These physical cues are often the first language of intuition. Then, reflect on decisions where you followed your gut and how those choices turned out. Over time, this awareness sharpens your ability to discern accurate intuition from fear or wishful thinking. Trusting your inner voice also means recognizing that mistakes are part of the process. No one has perfect foresight, and sometimes your intuition might mislead you. But the difference is that when you live guided by intuition, every experience, success, or failure is a lesson that deepens your self-understanding. The people who succeed in life often do so because they learn to blend intellect with intuition. They analyze when they need to, but ultimately act when their inner compass points the way. This blend creates a powerful synergy that helps navigate complexity with grace and clarity. Your intuition is a profoundly personal guide. It knows your unique story, values, deepest desires, and fears. When you learn to listen and trust it, you are making better decisions and aligning your life with your authentic self. This alignment brings a sense of peace and purpose that no amount of external achievement can replace. In the end, intuition is not a luxury or a mystical rarity. It's your birthright. It's the whisper within that can guide you through the fog of uncertainty toward a life that feels meaningful and true. The more you listen, the more precise your path becomes, and the more confident you become in walking it, step by step. Courage to awaken, stepping out of comfort zones and unlocking your hidden power. There comes a moment in every journey when comfort no longer feels safe. When the familiar starts to feel like a cage rather than a sanctuary, it is at this crossroads between staying put and stepping forward that courage is born. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the willingness to act despite it. It is the force that awakens the dormant potential inside you and lights a fire that can transform your entire life. Think about the times you hesitated, held back because something inside whispered warnings. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown, they are powerful forces designed by evolution to protect us. But in the modern world, those fears often become walls that keep us from realizing what we were meant to be. The truth is, your most significant growth lies just beyond those walls. Awakening your hidden power demands that you face these fears head-on. It means sitting with uncomfortable truths about yourself, the doubts, the insecurities, the parts you wish were different, and embracing them without judgment. Because true courage doesn't deny vulnerability, it honors it. It understands that strength grows not despite fear, but through it. Stories of extraordinary people, those who changed the course of history, led movements, or created revolutionary ideas, often share a common thread. They chose courage over comfort repeatedly. They walked into uncertainty, faced rejection, and dared to be different. Their power wasn't something they were simply born with, it was forged in the fires of risk and resilience. Your journey is no different. The potential you carry, represented perhaps by that crescent moon or the M on your palm, waits to be unlocked by your willingness to step out of your comfort zone. Every time you choose to confront what scares you instead of retreating, you feed that potential, turning it into a blazing force. But how exactly do you cultivate this courage? It starts with small steps. Maybe it's speaking your truth when silence feels easier, pursuing a passion despite uncertainty, or setting boundaries when it feels safer to please others. These actions might seem minor, but they ripple outward, strengthening your courage muscle. It's also about mindset. Courage grows when you see fear as a teacher rather than a tyrant. When you recognize that discomfort signals growth, you learn to welcome it instead of avoiding it. This shift in perspective transforms obstacles into invitations, opportunities to stretch beyond what you thought possible. A quote says, "Comfort is the enemy of progress." When you cling to what's easy or familiar, you limit yourself. But when you lean into discomfort, you open the door to transformation. The moment you stop settling, the moment you decide that your life deserves more than mediocrity, that is the moment your hidden power begins to awaken. This courage also connects deeply with your purpose. When you step into your power, you begin to live for yourself and in service of something larger. It could be your family, your community, or a cause that stirs your soul. Knowing your why provides fuel to push through fear when it threatens to paralyze you. And remember, courage is rarely a solo act. Surround yourself with people who support your growth and encourage your boldness. Community can bolster your resolve and remind you that you are not alone. Ultimately, awakening your hidden power through courage is a daily choice. It's a practice of rising again and again after setbacks and doubts. It's about saying yes to your dreams even when the path isn't clear. In doing so, you not only change, but you inspire others to do the same. So today, wherever you are on your journey, ask yourself, what fear have I been avoiding? What truth am I afraid to face? And what if, by stepping toward those fears, I unlock a power inside me I never knew existed? Because courage isn't just an act, it's a way of being that can ignite the extraordinary life waiting for you, the journey of the chosen. From great generals to wise sages. Throughout history, there have always been those rare individuals who seem marked for greatness, not just by chance, but by destiny. These are the ones who carry a specific imprint, whether visible or invisible, that sets them apart. From formidable generals who changed the tides of wars to wise sages whose teachings continue to enlighten humanity, their journeys reveal something profound about the power of embracing one's unique calling. What connects these remarkable figures is not just talent or intelligence, but the courage to face overwhelming challenges and the determination to carry a vision bigger than themselves. Their lives were not free from struggle. Their paths were often riddled with hardship, doubt, and sacrifice, yet they stood firm. They stepped into their purpose even when the odds were against them. Take, for example, a legendary general who led his troops through countless battles. Beyond his strategic mind, what set him apart was his intuition, an almost mystical sense of timing and movement. He trusted that inner knowing to make decisions that no amount of maps or counsel could dictate. This blend of keen insight and bold action carved his name into history. On the other side of the spectrum, consider the wise sage who retreated from the world's noise to seek more profound understanding. His legacy wasn't in conquest or fame, but in the quiet wisdom he shared, truths rippled through centuries and cultures. This sage taught that true power comes from within, from awakening the self and living in harmony with life's deeper rhythms. Though their stories differ, their essence is the same. They answered a call. They recognized the signs within themselves, perhaps a symbol like the crescent moon or the letter M on their hands, those subtle markers that whispered a destiny larger than ordinary existence. They chose not to ignore that call, but to follow it with unwavering commitment. This idea resonates deeply today because, in many ways, we are all invited to this journey of awakening. You don't have to lead armies or build empires to be among the chosen. Greatness takes many forms. It can be the parent guiding their child through tough times, the artist bringing new perspectives to the world, or the everyday person who chooses kindness in moments of hardship. What's crucial is the willingness to embrace your unique path with all its challenges and triumphs. The chosen understand that legacy is built not only on success, but on perseverance, integrity, and the courage to stand for what matters, even when it's difficult or lonely. Their lives teach us that being marked by destiny comes with responsibility. It means showing up fully, not just for ourselves, but for future generations. They illuminate a truth that transcends time. Within each of us lies the potential to leave a meaningful impact if only we dare to rise. As you consider the legacy you want to create, as you reflect on your life you wish to leave, the signs you carry, whether visible or felt deeply within, are reminders that you, too, are part of this timeless journey, a journey of courage, purpose, and transformation. Remember, history doesn't only remember those who conquer. It honors those who inspire, heal, and awaken others to their highest selves. Will you answer the call and step into the story you were born to write? The power of silence, meditation, and action to connect with your soul. In a world that never stops talking, where notifications buzz endlessly, conversations overlap, and the pace of life speeds forward like a runaway train, silence might seem like a rare luxury or even something to avoid. But what if silence is not just an absence of noise, but a powerful gateway to your deepest self? Silence is where your soul speaks the loudest. When you create moments of quiet, away from the distractions and demands, you open the door to connect with your intuition and inner wisdom. Meditation, at its core, is a practice of embracing this silence. It's not about emptying your mind or escaping reality. It's about tuning into the subtle frequencies of your being, listening to the whispers that guide your life's most significant decisions. Many people believe meditation is complicated or reserved for monks and spiritual teachers. But in truth, meditation is simply the art of presence, the ability to be fully here, fully now. It's a way of slowing down enough to hear what your heart and mind are trying to tell you beneath the noise. Imagine sitting quietly, focusing on your breath, and gradually peeling away the layers of distraction. In that stillness, answers often emerge, not in loud declarations, but in gentle insights. You might notice a feeling, a clear sense of direction, or an unexpected solution to a problem you've been wrestling with. This is the power of silence. It nurtures your connection to your soul and strengthens your trust in the inner voice we often call intuition. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to access that inner knowing even in the middle of life's chaos. But meditation isn't the whole story. Genuine connection requires balance, a dance between stillness and action. After all, hearing your soul's message is just the first step. The next is moving courageously in alignment with that guidance. Action fueled by insight transforms potential into reality. Coupling meditation with intentional action creates a feedback loop. Your quiet moments sharpen your clarity, and your actions deepen your experience. This cycle fuels growth, resilience, and authenticity. Consider this: the most successful leaders, creators, and change-makers don't just hustle unthinkingly. They carve out space for reflection and listen to their inner wisdom before making decisions. They understand that power comes not from noise and busyness, but from clarity and presence. Incorporating moments of silence doesn't require hours on a meditation cushion. It can be as simple as taking deep breaths before a meeting, stepping outside for a quiet walk, or journaling your thoughts to quiet your mind. These practices create pockets of peace that recharge your spirit and keep you grounded. Silence also helps you break free from external pressures, expectations from others, societal norms, and the relentless urge to prove yourself. When you're centered in your soul's voice, you act from authenticity rather than obligation. This shift is liberating. It empowers you to make choices that align with your values and purpose. You begin to trust that your path is precisely where you need to be, however unconventional it may seem. So if you've ever felt lost, overwhelmed, or unsure about your next step, remember the power of silence. It's not space, it's fertile ground where your soul's wisdom grows. You can connect deeply with yourself through meditation and mindful action, unlock clarity, and find answers to life's most profound questions. Embrace the quiet, let it guide you home to your true self, the timeless teachings of Buddhism. Discovering your mission and balancing life. When we think about discovering our life's mission and finding balance amid today's fast-paced world, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. Yet for over 2,000 years, the teachings of Buddhism have offered profound guidance on how to live fully, awaken our inner wisdom, and cultivate peace amid chaos. These ancient insights remain remarkably relevant, providing tools to nurture your soul, sharpen your intuition, and walk a purposeful path. At the heart of Buddhist teaching is a simple but powerful invitation to wake up to the reality of who you are and what truly matters. It's about stepping out of autopilot and waking up to the present moment where life unfolds. This awakening helps you see beyond surface distractions and reconnects you with your deeper purpose. One key lesson is understanding impermanence, the idea that all things are constantly changing. This truth reminds us not to cling too tightly to outcomes, possessions, or identities. When you accept change as natural, it frees you from fear and resistance. Instead, you become adaptable, open, and ready to follow the flow of life's journey with grace. This openness is essential when it comes to listening to your intuition. Buddhism encourages mindful awareness, which trains you to notice subtle signals from within, those inner whispers guiding you toward authentic choices. Practicing mindfulness gives you the clarity needed to distinguish true insight from fleeting thoughts or fears. Another profound teaching is compassion, both for yourself and others. In embracing compassion, you create a heart-centered balance that supports your mission. It helps you act with kindness and courage, even when the path is difficult. This balance between wisdom and compassion forms the foundation for meaningful action. Buddhism also emphasizes the middle way, the idea of avoiding extremes. This principle encourages balance in all areas: work and rest, ambition and contentment, self-care and service. By finding this equilibrium, you sustain the energy and focus needed to pursue your purpose without burning out. Many modern leaders and creators credit their success not only to talent or hard work, but to a regular practice of reflection and balance inspired by these ancient teachings. They understand that true fulfillment isn't found in external achievements alone, but in alignment between their inner values and outer actions. The Buddha once said, "Your work is to discover your work, and then with all your heart to give yourself to it." This is an invitation to embrace your unique mission wholeheartedly, supported by the wisdom of mindful living and compassion. As you explore your journey, consider how these timeless teachings can help you. How might practicing presence and compassion deepen your connection to your intuition? How can embracing impermanence help you navigate uncertainty with confidence? And how might the middle way guide you to balance your ambitions with your well-being? Integrating these insights into daily life through meditation, mindful decision-making, and compassionate action creates a fertile ground where your mission can flourish. You begin to live not just for success, but for significance. This balance is not about perfection. It's about returning again and again to what matters most, your authentic self and your commitment to a life well lived. You are not ordinary. A unique mission and a great responsibility. You need to hear a quiet but powerful truth. You are not ordinary. Deep inside, beyond the daily grind and the world's noise, lies a unique energy that sets you apart. It's that spark, that undeniable sense that you were born for something bigger, something different. The challenge is recognizing it and stepping into the responsibility it carries. Many live their lives playing small, blending into the crowd, afraid to rock the boat or stand out. But your story doesn't have to be like that. The mark you carry, whether a symbol or simply a feeling of restlessness, is a sign that you're meant to lead, inspire, and change something meaningful. You are wired with a distinct purpose that can transform not just your life, but also the lives of those around you. Discovering your mission is like waking up to a secret you've always known but might have pushed aside. It often starts with dissatisfaction, an inner tug that tells you, there's more for me. Maybe you feel drawn to causes that resonate deeply or question the status quo, craving a way to make a difference. These feelings are your soul's way of calling you to step forward. Recognizing this mission requires you to pause and listen intensely and honestly to what drives you. What are your passions? Where do you feel your energy surge? What problems in the world make your heart ache? These questions are keys to unlocking your unique role, but knowing your mission is only the beginning. The real work is nurturing it. This means cultivating your talents, learning from failures, and embracing growth even when uncomfortable. It means showing up consistently, even when doubt creeps in or the path seems unclear. You also carry a great responsibility. Your mission is not just about personal success, it's about impact. Whether you lead a team, support your community, or influence your family, your choices ripple far beyond you. Every time you act with intention and courage, you pave the way for others to awaken their purpose. History is full of stories of individuals embracing their unique missions, which have changed generations. They weren't perfect and they faced fears just like anyone else. What set them apart was the willingness to accept responsibility, to lean into discomfort, and to keep moving forward despite uncertainty. Today, you stand at a similar crossroads. Will you settle for ordinary, or will you rise to meet your calling? It's not always easy and rarely resembles the stories we see on the surface. Often, it's quiet, daily acts of courage, small choices that add to significant change. Your mission might not look like the traditional path of leadership or fame. It might be expressed through creativity, empathy, teaching, or service. Whatever form it takes, the energy within you is powerful and necessary. So, take a moment to reflect. What makes you come alive? Where do you feel your greatest strength? How can you begin to channel that energy to serve your unique mission? Remember, you are not ordinary. You are a force of change born to leave a legacy. The world needs your voice, your vision, and your heart, transformation and growth. Moving through challenges to become your best self. Growth isn't a straight line. It's messy, unpredictable, and often uncomfortable. But it's also one of the most profound gifts life can offer. The journey to becoming your best self is less about reaching a destination and more about showing up through every challenge, every setback and uncertainty, choosing to move forward anyway. Think about the times in your life when things felt hardest. Maybe it was a job loss, a broken relationship, or a moment when your confidence was shattered. Those moments hurt and they shake you to your core. But they also hold the seeds of transformation. They force you to question old beliefs, to shed layers of fear and limitation, and to discover strengths you didn't know you had. Transformation requires courage because it asks you to step into the unknown, to let go of who you thought you were, and to embrace who you are becoming. It's about shedding the comfort of familiar patterns, even painful ones, to make room for new possibilities. The truth is, nobody becomes their best self without facing resistance, both external and internal. Doubts creep in, voices from the past whisper you're not enough, and the fear of failure looms large. Yet it is precisely in pushing through these barriers that you build resilience and character. One of the most potent parts of growth is the choice to keep learning. Life's challenges are like mirrors, reflecting where you can improve, where healing is needed, and where your potential awaits activation. Each challenge you overcome is a chapter added to your story of strength and wisdom. This process also teaches patience and self-compassion. Transformation isn't about rushing or forcing change, but about honoring your pace. Sometimes progress looks like small steps or pauses, moments to regroup and reflect. These moments are just as vital as the leaps. When you embrace transformation fully, you begin to create a legacy. How you handle adversity becomes a beacon for others, inspiring them to face their challenges with grace and grit. Your story gains depth, and your impact grows beyond your immediate world. Remember, transformation isn't just about fixing what's broken. It's about discovering what's already whole inside you and letting that light shine brighter. It's about becoming the person who doesn't just survive hardship but thrives because of it. So when you face your next challenge, ask yourself, how can this experience help me grow? What is it teaching me about my strength and purpose? How can I step more fully into who I am meant to be? Your transformation is a journey worth embracing. It is your path to becoming not just better, but your best self, bold, authentic, and ready to leave a lasting mark on the world, breaking the cycle of pain. Your legacy and spiritual mission with your lineage. A truth runs deep beneath the surface of our individual stories. We are not just products of our own experiences, but also inheritors of the legacies passed down through generations. Our ancestors' wounds, patterns, and beliefs ripple through time and shape our lives today. But here's the powerful part. You have the power to break these cycles, to rewrite the narrative for yourself, your family, your community, and those who come after you. Breaking the cycle of pain is not easy. It requires courage to face the inherited struggles, whether it's trauma, addiction, toxic relationships, or limiting beliefs that have silently influenced your life. It means recognizing that some of the challenges you face may not have started with you but can end with you. This spiritual mission is a sacred responsibility that calls for healing that goes beyond the personal and touches the collective. Imagine for a moment the relief and freedom that comes with breaking free from generational patterns. You're not just healing wounds, but creating space for new stories, possibilities, and a new legacy of strength and resilience. This mission is about more than survival, transformation, and renewal. Your healing journey can inspire those around you. Whenever you choose growth over comfort, honesty over denial, and love over fear, you send ripples backward and forward through time. You honor those who struggled silently before you and pave the way for a brighter future for the next generation. This spiritual mission connects deeply with a sense of purpose. You become a bridge between past and future, the living proof that change is possible. Your actions carry weight far beyond your life. They ripple through your lineage and community in ways that words can barely capture. But it's important to remember that healing is a process, not a one-time event. It requires patience, self-compassion, and often the willingness to seek support through therapy, community, or trusted mentors. Facing inherited pain means facing parts of yourself that might feel uncomfortable or unfamiliar, but it also means stepping into a fuller, freer version of who you are. As you embrace this mission, you reclaim your power. You no longer carry the burdens that were never yours to begin with. Instead, you have the strength to create something new rooted in hope, wisdom, and love. So the question is, are you ready? Ready to confront the shadows, to heal deeply, and to take your place as the one who breaks the cycle? Your family, future, and perhaps even the world are awaiting you. This isn't just a personal journey. It's a sacred legacy, a calling to transform pain into power and to write a new story for those who follow. And when you step into that role fully, you discover that your life is more than yours. It's a beacon of hope and healing that lights the way for many. Take action today, transform destiny into reality with courage. There comes a moment in everyone's life when hesitation becomes too heavy to bear. That moment where you realize that waiting for the perfect time, the ideal sign, or the absence of fear, is holding you back from becoming who you were meant to be. The truth is, the power to transform your destiny doesn't come from waiting. It comes from bold action taken today, right now, with courage. Procrastination is the thief of dreams. It whispers in your ear that tomorrow will be better, that you need more preparation, more reassurance. But the reality is, there will never be a perfect moment. Life will always have uncertainties, doubts, and risks. The difference between those who live fully and those who watch life pass by is simple: courage to begin despite the unknown. Courage isn't about fearlessness, it's about stepping forward even when fear is present. It's about committing yourself to your vision and your higher purpose. When you choose courage, you message yourself and the world that your dreams matter and that you're ready to claim them. Imagine the ripple effect of one courageous decision. That single step can ignite momentum, build confidence, and open doors you never expected. Action creates energy, it moves you from intention to reality, and with every step forward, your path becomes clearer. This is your invitation to stop doubting and start doing, to prevent shrinking back, start stepping up, to move beyond comfort and into growth. Your life story is waiting to be written, not by accident, but by your deliberate choices. Remember, every outstanding achievement begins with a single act of bravery. It could be having a difficult conversation, starting a new project, or simply declaring your purpose out loud. These are not small acts, they are the foundation of transformation. The world needs your unique contribution. Your ideas, voice, and passion will make their fullest impact if you act. By embracing courage today, you don't just change your life, you inspire others to believe they too can change theirs. So ask yourself, what step can I take right now? What fear can I face today? What truth can I speak boldly? The moment to act is not tomorrow, not next week, but now, because destiny favors the bold. Your journey to an extraordinary life begins with this simple truth. Courage transforms dreams into reality, and the life you've been imagining awaits the other side of that first brave step.